Hey, I'm Chris Ralph, the professional prospector, and my channel has had so much success recently that I kind of feel like I need to sit down and tell you guys a little bit about myself. Now, I talk about gold, platinum, diamonds, and other gemstones, geology related to volcanoes and things like that, mining, and topics all in that vein, right? Well, if you're going to listen to me about that and listen to what I have to say, well, you probably want to know who it is you're listening to. Well, that's why I'm doing this video, to let old timers and new subscribers as well get to know me a little better, and I can get to know you a little better too. That's my goal. So I'll talk a little bit about me, but I want you guys to participate with me and participate in the comments. Tell me about yourself, about what you do, and where you are in the quest for gold and gemstones, platinum, and that sort of thing. Is it something you're just getting started on? Something you've been doing for years and years? Well, me, I've been working on this for, I hate to say it, almost 50 years. Way back when I was still a teenager. My grandfather, who was a big outdoors guy, he was more into fishing and golf and some other things like that, but he liked rocks. He thought the geology was interesting, and he took me out on a rock hounding trip out in San Diego County. And about the same time, he took me for a tour of a gold mine in a little town called Julian, an old gold mining town in Southern California, also in San Diego County. And I just was so fascinated by it that I just wanted to do more of that kind of thing. And I got out, and pretty soon, it wasn't more than a couple of years, and instead of my grandparents inviting me to go on a trip with them, I was inviting them to go on a trip with me. And it worked out really great. They enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed having them. And it really got me going in the world of seeking after gemstones and gold and that sort of thing. I kicked around gold mines in Southern California. I kicked around the tourmaline mines that are in San Diego County. Eventually, I decided what I really wanted was a degree in the related field, and I chose mining engineering. And so I got my degree in mining engineering from the University of Nevada in Reno, called the Mackey School of Mines. It's no longer actually called that, but when I got my degree, it was the Mackey School of Mines. And I learned about geology and I learned about related stuff. I went to work in the mining industry. I was in charge of small gold and silver operations. I did the same sort of thing on the weekend for myself, but I got a degree, and that kind of makes me a little different from most of the guys you see talking about prospecting. How many of them actually have a degree in a related thing? And I do. But I've prospected all over the world. I have been to Africa a couple of times and prospected there. I've been to Australia. I've been all over Western North America, and of course into Alaska several times. And I've had great experiences finding gold. I even started a little mini gold rush in Africa. That's a story I'll tell you one of these days. But I've had a lot of fun doing this, and I recommend the quest for gold, platinum, and gemstones to you. Crystals and related things, because crystals too have a lot of value. So it takes ability to learn about this. And like I say, I got a degree in it, but I'll tell you, a lot of what I've learned isn't just from my university schooling. It's honestly from the good old school of hard knocks. But the university training, I got to say, it gave me a ground. It gave me a basement, a floor, a foundation to build on. And, I knew the basic geology. I knew the basic concepts. I learned as I went out in the field. I learned as I worked in the industry, and I got to be pretty darn good at it. I've found some really nice deposits over the years. So where are you guys in that quest? Where are you just getting started? Have you had some years and maybe not as much success as you like? Well, come to my channel because I enjoy teaching and explaining how these things work and how you can get better at prospecting for, like I say, gold or platinum or diamonds or whatever it is you're questing after. I don't normally do treasure type stuff, but I do take care of all the natural gold and metals and minerals and stuff. I even address some other minerals like lithium and some other more rare metals and that sort of thing, like the rare earths. If you haven't gone through the back catalog of my channel, hey, be sure to do that because there's a lot there. And I think you'll find there's a lot to interest you. I have a number of videos grouped into sets about metal detecting or about diamonds or about gold deposits, and related stuff like that. And so you might check that out on my page too, because I've got these groupings that put stuff together that are related. I've got a huge number of videos. Like I say, going through my back catalog, I think you'll find a lot of interesting stuff. And I think certainly something that would interest you. Another thing about my channel is I always share it like it is. You know, I have days where I do really well. I have days where maybe not so well. I have days where I'm out exploring. And sometimes the exploring is a success. Sometimes it's not so much of a success. That's the world of exploration. You give it your best. If it's a swing and a miss, then you go for the next swing, the next target. And eventually you'll do a swing and a home run. That's when you find something that's really worthwhile. My whole channel is oriented about teaching. I do some adventures of fun things that I do, but I try on everything that I do to bring it back to a lesson that you can digest and a kernel of information that you can put in your storehouse and learn from, and it will help you the next time you're out in the field. This is a small bottle full of gold nuggets, big gold nuggets. There's some half ounces in here, quarter ounces, and of course, smaller pieces as well. Let me show you this bottle up close.
So here's a bottle of gold with big nuggets. I mean, this is the prize, right? A lot of guys will sell these. I've got a lot of bottles of nuggets in my safety deposit box. I took this one out because the nuggets are big, the nuggets are showy, they're kind of crystalline if you get a close look at them. And it's just really beautiful stuff. And just in this little bottle, this is about $8,000 worth of gold. I, for one, for the most part, use mine as a savings. If I ever had some dire financial straits, I could sell my gold and get some cash and liquidate. But in the meantime, until I have a deep financial need, I can look at these every once in a while, take them out of the safety deposit box, and remember some of the memories of finding them. I don't remember every little nugget that I find. I've found thousands and thousands of nuggets. But the big ones, the big half ounces and quarter ounces, I remember those. Those are great days. It's quite an adventure, and I'd love to have you share with me. I'd love you have you be able to participate with this. There's gold spread all over the country. Big nuggets like this are really more in the West and certain parts of the Appalachia country, but not so much the Midwest. But still, there's gold there. There's gold to be found and a quest to be made, and that's something you want to be a part of. And I hope to be a help in getting you successful in finding the gold or platinum or diamonds, gemstones, crystals, whatever it is you're looking for, to help you know the geology and understand.
This is the kind of thing that I want you to be able to go out and find for yourself. I found all of these nuggets in one place. And when you have the skill to find new places and to successfully capture the gold that's there at that place, you're going to be able to find bottles or fists full of gold yourself. Now, to teach people the skills of prospecting and to help them learn those skills, I wrote a book. And the book is kind of like, you can buy good equipment. You can buy a great metal detector, a sluice box, gold pans, other equipment, high bankers, you name it. But, if you don't have the skill and the knowledge to make the finds, to use that equipment to capture the gold for you, you're not going to get the gold out of it. And it's a matter just almost like, you know, owning a voltmeter doesn't make you a journeyman electrician, and owning a pipe wrench doesn't make you a journeyman plumber. What makes a journeyman electrician or a plumber is the knowledge and skills that they have. And that's what my book is about. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my book right now. So, this is my book, Fistful of Gold. You can see it's an encyclopedia distilling down my 45 plus years of prospecting experience plus my degree into the parts that you need to know. I spent most of 10 years writing this. It was not just a simple effort that, I sat down and wrote it. You can see it's like a quarter of a million words. It's not something you're going to read through in a day or maybe even a week or more. But it's got a lot of information and reference material that you can come back to. You know, you can read it once and read it again and get more out of it because there's just that much depth of material in this. I wrote this book because I want you to have the skills to go out and find fistfuls of gold for yourself. And if you have the skills and know what you're doing and get out in the field and make a real effort, you can find significant gold. It's not easy. I'm not going to tell you that because, you know, gold, it wouldn't be, you know, close to $2,000 an ounce, which is what it is right now. It wouldn't be so expensive if it was easy to find. It's not easy. You just can't walk out into an old gold field and start picking up nuggets. If the gold was easy to see and find, the old timers would have picked it up and taken it themselves. So you got to have skill. You got to know what you're doing. You got to be able to master what it takes to find gold, and you've got to have the persistence and put in the effort to find the material, to find the gold or diamonds or gemstones that you're looking for. Now, this book has geology, it has facts about gold, it has stuff about diamonds and platinum, but it's mostly about gold deposits, how gold deposits form, how placer and nuggets form, you know, all the questions you've probably wanted to ask. The book is available on Amazon, and I'll put a link to it in the description below, but you can look up on Amazon Fistful of Gold and by Chris Ralph and find this book. Now, the book, if you look on it, it has a very high rating. It has like a 4.7 or 4.8 out of 5, which is really high. I mean, it's hard to please everybody, but I'm close to a 5 out of 5, not far from it, right? So it's been out. I've sold more than 15,000 copies of this book, and I've had tremendous response, tremendous positive response by the people who buy it. And I think if you buy it, you'll be just as happy with it. Now, in addition to my book, I also have a website that I do, and I'll tell you a little bit more about my website and show you some images from the website right now.
Now, my website is nevadaoutbackgems.com, and I'll put a link to the prospecting page, this prospecting encyclopedia page, down in the description below, but you can find it at Nevada Outback Gems. I sell some jewelry, turquoise, other gemstones there. I don't always keep the inventory perfectly up to date, so if you're interested in anything you see, do contact me first before trying to send me money or anything, because I want you to be able to get what you order. But the website has lots of different stories, old adventures, even some stories, true stories from the old time miners of the 1800s. So I think it's something you'll find interesting.
The other thing I want to go back to is that all my comments, I want you guys to ask questions on the comments for my videos. I answer 100% of the comments that are made on my videos. Now, sometimes if somebody just says, "Hey, great video, I really enjoyed it," you know, the comment may just be, "Well, I'm really glad you liked it," or you know, if it's a simple question. And sometimes I get people who ask me questions. Oh, it would take a book to answer that question, and I recommend that they just buy the book. But I answer all my questions. I try to help people as much as I can. I'm here to help you. So if you're interested in gaining the skills, if you're interested in knowing what you need to know to be successful, follow along with me. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so that they'll let you know when I come out with new videos, and I try to do that pretty much every Saturday morning. And you'll enjoy with me, you'll come along with me, we'll have an adventure together, and we will find some nice gold and see what it's really like getting out in the woods, or the deserts, or the mountains, wherever we land, wherever the gold is, wherever the diamonds are, wherever the platinum is. Come along, we'll have some fun. And I'll see you real soon on the next video.